Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video on the Media Bite channel. Today we are talking about a horror movie that I honestly wanted to see for quite a while, and I never just got a chance to see it. And listen, I have seen a lot of horror movies in my time, my long 22 years. And I've seen many movies, but for some reason, there were moments in this movie that almost made me turn the movie off because I honestly was freaked out, especially towards the first half of the movie. I will say that the first half of the movie really scared me. The latter half gets complicated, but just because it feels like it has to wrap things up and explain things. But the first half of the movie really is very scary as you try to unravel the mystery as it goes on. Well, you know, I have a bunch of podcasts, but we'll talk about those podcasts after the video, if that's something you're interested in. But either way, let's just get into this video and talk about Cuckoo. Okay, in 3 words, I will sum up the entirety of this movie. So, Cuckoo is Cuckoo. Honestly, I absolutely adored the movie, more than I would have known. I wasn't sure how much I would have liked it because I didn't know much about it. I had some issues with the last half because it tries to explain a lot, but it felt out of nowhere. I had no context for it. It felt like a David Lynch movie, to be honest. Not on purpose, but it felt like that in its own way, and I really liked that. The first half didn't feel like that necessarily, but the last half did. But if you did the first half the same way as the last half, it would be more okay. I feel like it was just kind of too split. But I will be including spoilers, because there are really no other way to talk about this movie without including spoilers. So that's your warning. If you were like, what is this movie? I want to watch it, but I don't want spoilers for me. Maybe this guy will not tell me spoilers. Most of the time, I try not to tell you spoilers. I have to tell you spoilers, and I'm warning you. If you don't want spoilers, watch the movie. It's worth it. Okay, spoilers. Basically, this woman moves to Germany with her father, the stepmother, and stepsister. At this point, honestly, things start to go kind of haywire. The younger sister cannot speak. It's kind of important to the story. And there is this loud, piercing sound that is hurting the little girl one day. It doesn't affect the older sister because she's listening to music. This is kind of your introduction to that noise. It's kind of the first time you hear that noise. Which is really important to the rest of the movie because there's something that is hurting them and making that noise. They don't know what it is. So the older sister actually is biking home from work one day, and she thought she was hearing things, and she put her music back on, and oh my god, by far the scariest part of this movie is the shadows. The shadows in this movie scared the crap out of me. The way that you see the shadows just literally made me squirm. And honestly, because this movie is just that freaking good, I genuinely was frightened out of my head by a long shot at parts of this movie. People were creepy. It was just crazy. So the movie ends very complicated, I'll be honest, but I'll kind of touch on it basically a little bit without spoiling too much about the very end if I can. Basically, the owner of the place where everybody moves to, the resort the parents are like helping create, is breeding these vampire screeching things, and they put the eggs of the vampire things into the people that stay at the resort. So the younger sister turns out to be one of these things, and that's why she's screeching so loudly, because she knows that her child is around, which is absolutely so scary. And she screeches really loud, which causes the two bad people to shoot each other, and both sisters get away kind of scot-free. There is time manipulation. There's the screeching noise. It's a big part of the movie, and it does really feel like a David Lynch movie. Probably the middle third of the movie is probably what's the most Lynchian. That's a fair word, because there is a lot about the movie that just is so has that feeling in it. I liked the movie. It's a really cool. It's also really funny in moments. I didn't really touch on that, but it's really funny at times. It's worth watching for sure. It's definitely worth watching. I liked it a lot. I think that if you are what do I watch today? You can watch, if you have Hulu, you can watch it there. If you have Disney Plus and Hulu, you can watch it on there as well. It's like an hour and a half, an hour and 40, something like that. worth watching. For real, it is genuinely worth watching. I was a little shocked at how much I thought this movie was worth watching. So, if you are interested, let's talk about my podcasts. I run podcasts. Are you surprised? Somebody who likes talking into a microphone has a bunch of podcasts. Does that surprise you? Because it doesn't surprise me at all. I have a bunch of podcasts. Slash It Podcast is for all things horror movies. And then the Diary of a Filmmaker is for all things like filmmaker stuff, all my writing dreams, my filmmaking dreams, all that stuff. And then I have Exploring Cinema, which is for all things non-horror movies. So we're talking about one movie, but it's not a horror movie. And then the Media by Podcast as well. Just the Media by Podcast is just talking about stuff. You can find all those on all your favorite podcast apps, or you can find that on YouTube channels, on the main YouTube channel as well. So if any of that interests you, go find it. If it's not on your favorite podcast app, please let me know. It's probably my fault, not yours. And I'll try to send you a link to it. Unless there's like 5 million people asking me for it, then I can't help you with that. But if you can't find it, then that's definitely my fault and not yours. So with that, I appreciate you all. You can find Instagram is Media by Company. TikTok is Media by Co. I do a bunch of shorts, fun stuff like that. It's not the same things you see here. It's different stuff. You can see it on the YouTube channel, the shorts there, or on the TikTok channel, but it's not this. It's not just cut down versions of this. It's a whole separate stuff. So if that interests you, go check those out. And with that, I leave you, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.